Hi everyone. Good day. Hope you guys have a wonderful break in the Chinese New Year. I know this has been quite a while. Anyway, I know you guys are going to have assignment number three due in the next probably like 2 weeks. So let's focus on this. This particular assignment should be fairly easy compared to the last one. So I didn't uh, I won't believe you will have any difficulties in completing this. So let me focus on the specific task. Apologize, I cannot. I because I forgot my camera at the office, and well, but it doesn't matter, right? I mean, you don't need to see me to get my emotion. Anyway, assignment number three. It's prototyping. There are two important things that you need to do. Of course, like there are three parts in this, and I always go back to the rubrics because this is how all the tutors are going to mark up your grade. So three questions. The first question is about prototyping, which you need to provide some kind of um, not a figurative, but it's actually a finalized product, like how it looks, and perhaps if this is a program or software, then you need to show me the application or the website. You can actually draw it, or you can take a photos, or like take a pictures. It doesn't matter. In the past, some groups actually create a product using just like hard paper, or if you want, you can use any cardboard or any kind of prototyping material. So you don't need to produce the exact machine or exact product, but to show us that you put in effort and you know exactly what it looks like. It is not just the product itself, but if you are able to at least draw the entire processing line, that would be great. Of course, for a software company, and let's say if you want to develop an application, you are not able to do that, but then at least you are able to show us uh, the end product, like the application, how many pages are there. Let's say if you click this button, what will comes next. So you need to show all of this. And another thing is, let's say if you want to produce a particular product, a recycling product, let's say, then you need to show me like what kind of what kind of product end product looks like, and of course like the more important thing is the processing machine, right? Then in that case, try to draw me a picture or even copy one from the internet. It is fine. So, but show me something. Of course, the more detail you have, the higher the grade you will get. So this is about the prototyping. Question number one shouldn't be that hard. Again, the key is show me the picture, show me the end product, and that is the key. So I know that for those groups who got higher score in the past, usually they will have all kinds of models. So they will have a physical model, like the ones that you can actually get it, touch it, or for applications, some groups actually even wrote a program, like lay out the entire thing. So you think about that yourself. Do you have sufficient time in the next 10 days, 14 days to do it? So that is the key. Do you need to write out the entire thing that you had before, like all the goods and bads, advantages and disadvantages, or the competitiveness of your product? No, you don't need to do that because assume that I know and I remember your product, and that will be fine. So you don't need to describe what you have in the past. Just tell me what it looks like, and how does that work, the entire process, manufacturing process, or at least for apps, again, all the contents and the layout. So that is pretty much it for question number one. And if you can see it, let's say if we focus on question number one, the key thing is, again, I always focus on the last two columns. The core features and functions, show me in the picture. So if you said, hey, I produce a product and it will have uh, automatically heat up function for your food, then tell me in the picture, at least in the picture, where is the button? Do you have that actually in mind? If you skip that, then that will be a problem. So think about this, and how does the user can use it. If you believe that, hey, I create a website that will collect all the discounted coupons, then show it to me on the paper at least. Show me the application where can I click that. You're able to collect all the let's say every single discount coupons in Hong Kong. Show it to me. You don't need to prove that to me that you actually how you collect it. I assume that I believe in you, and in that case, just show me how the user will see it. This is the key. And then question number two, that is um, more important. I think this is the hardest part in this particular assignment. So you have three parts here: A, B, and C. So let me focus on this: 2A, 2B, and 2C. Right? This one. Well, actually, 2B. It is the second part of 2B. But let me explain to you what's going on in 2A. In 2A, basically, you need to um, test the market by asking, by doing the research from your target audience. On the paper, it says, hey, each one of you will submit a questionnaire to one or two of your friends, and then so that you can collect like 10 different responses, right? That is actually totally ridiculous. And this is not how it is. Um, in reality, you will at least collect like at least 1,000 responses because you need to have a good sample size to represent the entire population, right? I mean, even if your population is not 7 million people in Hong Kong, but at least you have a substantial size, more than 30, in order to make a conclusion. So for me, if you want to get a good grade, if I want to, because I really want to give you guys a higher score, then at least submit something more than 30, more than 50. Should not be a problem, because every one of you, each one of your teammates, will just need to submit like to 10 people, friends or families, send it to them, have them to respond, and I think that will work. So you have at least over 30, or hopefully it will be 50, then you will be able to draw a lot of conclusions. Because if your sample size is only be 10, I don't think there is any much you can say. Just like the grade here, if we have 10 people in the class, what does the standard deviation mean? It doesn't mean anything. I don't think even the average means anything. So in this case, the best way for you to do is to uh, create a survey and then have at least 50 responses. Get it from the target audience, and of course, let's say if you target to send it to 50 people, and hopefully you get it in 2 days, that would be excellent. The problem is, or actually the grade for this particular section is about the quality of your survey, the quality of your questionnaire. When you send a questionnaire out, you want to ask the more relevant question, the more efficient question. And what I meant by relevant and efficient is that, um, let's say if you want to check out McDonald's, right? Their number 10 menu is the latest chicken wings, right? Chicken thighs, fried chicken. Before they fully or officially launch this particular product, they actually do a test run. And after the test run, they will ask the people, what do you like it about? Why do you like it? And why do you not like it? And what kind of flavor do you want? Spicy, sweet, or original? That kind of thing. So in this case, your question or your questionnaire has to be really, really focused. You don't simply create a survey and ask, okay, do you like it, or you don't like it? But you have to be get in depth. Why you want to like it, and sometimes an open-ended question is good because you allow the user, allow the sample to respond in a open-minded. But at the same time, because if there are too many free choices to everyone, you are not able to gather sufficient sufficient responses that is actually standardized to your conclusion. So that will be a problem. So at some point, you want to have some open-mindedness to the respondents, but at the same time, you want to limit their choices. So the best way to do is you may in some questions you may allow them to answer like 10 different 10 different answers, like select the top three or select top five, something like that, or even do the ranking. So it is really important that you design your question in the right way, in the most relevant and perhaps the most effective, efficient way to ask the sample audience. That to help you fine tune your product. This is the goal, to get the answers from the target audience. Let's say if your target is let's say is all the guys between 15 years old and 25 years old, then you need to get exactly what they want. Let's say in terms of color, in terms of the users, in terms of anything that your products is a product feature is related. So this is the all about the design of the survey or design of the questionnaire. And of course, if you're asking irrelevant questions, then that will be not points deducted, but you won't be able to get a higher grade for that. So hopefully you understand like what I meant by what I meant here. Again, it has to be a clear and detailed. This is actually not even just clear and detailed, but for me, I believe a relevant question asked is far more important than you ask like 10 different questions that is actually irrelevant. So make sure you put a lot of effort in designing the questions. I don't care about sorry. Um, I don't care about how the respondent respond back to you, but it is more important how you design the question. So this is the key to succeed in assignment number two, assignment number 3 here. And then for 2B, the first part of 2B, um, once you collect all the, let's say, the 50 respondents, then you need to figure out how to conclude the entire all the results that you collected. This is actually another important thing, because if you're able to design a relevant question, then all the results that you collect will be able to help you in the next step. So in this part is analyzing the result. Again, if you're asking some irrelevant questions, very perhaps even in a non-effective way, then you're wasting the opportunity to ask the right questions to the audience. Ask the right questions is far more important than getting the getting like the actual answer. So in this case, analyzing the result is very important. And if you are, as long as you're able to uh, uh, create the right questions, then getting the good result, a useful result will not be a problem. So again, I'm not saying that you need to get a good result. I believe getting a useful result is the far more important thing. So get a useful result, get the conclusion done. So let's say you collect from 8 people out of 10, and then 8 people said that, hey, I prefer the spicy chicken. In this case, it is very obvious that, hey, your product should include a spicy flavor in the manual. But then are you going to ignore the 2%, the 20%, two respondents who actually prefer the original taste? Then it is actually your choice. You have to calculate how large is your market and how much opportunity cost that you have to waste. So this is the thing that you need to think about yourself for 2B. How do you conclude your result? And then for the second part of 2B, that will be the the application of your conclusion back to the product, back to the product design. So this is, sorry, so this is actually a loophole. I'm not a loophole, I'm sorry. It is actually a loop, back to question number one. But again, when someone, let's say you are doing the divide and conquer method, so someone is doing the question number one independently from your question number two, that's fine. The question number one is just a prototype. You don't need to incorporate whatever findings you have in question number two. Of course, if you're able to do that, that will be perfect. So let's say um, if after the result, after the survey, you believe that all the sampling users, customers, prefer the color of red, and then your prototype is actually in green, that is all right. But if you are able to correct that in even in question number one, that will be better. So in this case, your question 2B, the second part, is about applying whatever conclusion you have in 2B, like the first part, and apply it back to the product. So what are you going to do? What are you going to change for your product or your prototype? How can you, the keyword is how can you effectively address the concerns? How can you resolve the problem? So this is the case. So when you get all the responses back, I hope there will be uh, uh, sufficient questions, sufficient questions that will allow the users to give you comments, to give you suggestions, ideas that you can actually incorporate into your product. So this is the key. And in that case, then the design of the survey or the questionnaire will be far more important than just write out some uh, common questions like how old are you or something like that. So how old are you? That's actually also important. Female, the gender type, female, male, the age group, income group. Those are like a standard ones, so you don't want to miss it. Um, but then there will be a second one. Again, I just want to repeat that. So gender, age group, income group, education level, perhaps even which district do you live? So all these could be a very important question. So which district do you live, or where do you go to work? What kind of public transportation do you use to commute daily? So that kind of thing will be important, and perhaps even some more in-depth questions. So let's say which media do you want to you will watch more often. Let's say television or newspaper or YouTube channel or Instagram, that kind of question. So you want to collect all these information to see how your user actually reacts. And then this is actually just the basics. This is the basics. So the last 10 questions are just basic. The next 10 or 20 will be more relevant to your product, specifically to your product. In that case, you will be able to develop some kind of image that how the users, your potential users, will see your product, and then try to adjust your prototype of your product to that image. This is the key. So the question number two, 2B, the second part, it's about analyzing result and apply that to your prototype. So I hope you guys understand how important it is for the survey, because um, if I'm correct, uh, it's going to take it is going to take more than a couple of hours to think about these questions. And of course, I already laid out the first 10 questions for you. So those are basic ones. And then the second ones will be more, the second section, more likely on the focus area. So let's say if you want to put an advertisement, if you want to put a marketing effort, where do they usually go to? Which site or which venue or which board or what kind of media are they usually uh, uh, get their attention to? So that's the second section, and the third section will be more like your product focus, and your product focus will be, let's say, your color, whatever additional features, anything like that. So you need to design your question very, very carefully. And this assignment number three, the key part is again the question. And then for the question number three, that will be again will be easy because as I said, in your prior in your questionnaire, in your questionnaire, the first section is about the some basic info, right? And the second part is about the attention that your audience will get into. And in that case, with these two, then you will be able to design your promotional strategy. So I'm talking about like what channels that you're there, you are going to hunt down to. Let's say in your questionnaire, 10 out of 15 responses is are watching Instagram frequently. In this case, your answer for question number three should be Instagram. And don't tell me that you just posted by the advertisement on the newspaper because it is actually totally irrelevant to whatever, not related to to the answers that you get from question number two. So that will be a problem if you answer something like that. So make sure your member, your teammate, know exactly what's going on with question number two and also the results before you actually get kicks into question number three. This is far more important. Perhaps you can design the brochure, design the leaflets, design the let's say the one pager. I call that one pager of advertising. But then where you want to put it would depends on the your question number two answer. So this is a very very important thing for question number three. So you don't want to do it like right away, to write out the entire thing, but wait until you get the confirmation from question number two, to get the confirmation from your respondents, saying that hey, most of the guys that you asking were like Instagram, but not Facebook, not YouTube. In this case, you can be more accurately or and actually target to your to your audience. So make sure you do this. And then in terms of let's say a short video clip or leaflets or anything, of course, it is up to you. The more effort you put in, of course, like the higher the grade it will be. And and again, the effectiveness about the product. As I show that to you, there are lots of TV advertisements. No, 30 seconds, right? They may not uh, they may not need to describe everything in words. As long as you describe the details, like the not the details. I mean, what I meant by that is you describe why your product is advantage is absolutely needed. Then in this case, you will be able to tell the audience that hey, why they want to buy your product. If you guys remember the TV ads from Thailand, I showed that to you, like the cream, like the girls using the cream, and she has to travel all the way to France. Or this is how the advertising works. I travel all the way to France just to get the well uh, uh, discreet. And at the end, they just said, hey, you don't need to do that because you can buy it from right from the grocery store right next to her apartment. So this is how you can actually use create a short clips or to describe, hey, something that you need the most. Perhaps we can provide you in a very very efficient way, a very convenient way. So in this case, think about how you can use a one pager or short video clip or leaflets or brochure, anything like this, and to tell audience that how your product can help them. So how to bridge uh, the customer's demand and the supplier which is you. So this is all about the question number three. And in this case, you can think of question number one is more like creating an image, creating like a visual, or even a physical product, a model, uh, and 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 you should be able to do this fairly easy because we want to see the image, like how does that look. And then uh, question number two will be more important because, as I said, the questionnaire is the key to succeed. Ask the right question, ask the relevant question, um, and try to limit your questions. Don't send 30 questions to someone because that will push a lot of people off. Try to limit your questions down to, like, let's say 15, 20. 20 is already a lot. And always tell them, hey, you just need uh, 2 minutes to finish the survey, because anything more than 2 minutes, 5 minutes, people will not help you to do that. Try to limit the amount, and you can use Google Form to do that, or I know that WhatsApp or WeChat may have that kind of function. So if you're able to send a WhatsApp or WeChat, and also do the survey on that, that will be great. But if not, I know that Google Form will have, you can customize the Google Form and collect the information and even run the statistic for you. So that will be actually very convenient. So that's question number two. And then the last one will be of course, like question number two, design the questions, analyzing the result and the application of the result. That's the question number two. And question number three, that will be the channels. Once you get analyze and get the results from question number two, then you know exactly where you want to do the marketing to. Again, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. So you don't just randomly say some public media. You have to be uh, sorry. You have to be consistent with your question number two. So this is the key, and then the last part will be just design. Let me know what kind of well, perhaps I should say, like, what the brochure or video, even video clip you want to promote. That will be it. The more effort you put in, the higher the grade you can get, as always, right? All right, that should be it for this assignment. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to contact me, www.twong@hkmu.com.edu. All right. I'm sorry. The hkmu.hk.edu. Uh, that always got confused. All right. Have a good one, and good luck to all of you. And I look forward to see your paper soon. All right. Bye bye.